Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly oracle card reading. And for this reading, I'm using the Earth Magic Oracle cards by Stephen Farmer. Okay, so I'm going to draw 3 cards. And I just want to get a little bit of insight and ideas into the week ahead. Okay, so let's start with the first card. And actually, you know what? Let's start with the middle card. So the middle card is going to be kind of the overall theme of the week. Okay, and here we have solitude. Oops, there's a bit of glare there. Okay, so here we have island, and it says solitude. So that's going to be the theme of the week. So this week, you might feel sort of drawn to spend more time alone and do more kind of inner work. So turning inward and doing some more inner work. So you might be doing a lot of reflecting, meditation, but also just kind of being with yourself and enjoying that process. So I don't see this as like a mopey, emotive kind of loneliness. It's more just sort of spending more time alone. And I'm going to come back to this, but I want to touch on the other cards first. So, okay, let's see. We've got wind activation and cave sanctuary. Okay, so normally I do the cards as representing different days of the week, and today I want to do the middle card as sort of the overall theme of the week, and then the other 2 cards as sort of just sort of other important things about this week. So if you want to look at it as, you know, in a linear way, as being like wind being Monday, Tuesday, island being the middle of the week, and cave as being the weekend, then you're free to do that if you like, but I'm going to read them a little bit differently this time just to mix it up. So okay, so the overall theme of the week is solitude, and I'm just noticing reflections in my cards, so I'm just going to move them a little bit. Okay. So wind activation and then cave sanctuary. So first of all, the card on the right, cave sanctuary, goes very much with the middle card of solitude, and I feel like this is speaking to the importance of carving out some kind of sanctuary, some kind of space for yourself where it's sort of a haven from the rest of the world. This is going to be important for you this week for 2 reasons. Number 1, you may feel like you need a rest from the outside world. So from things like noise, other people, social obligations, pressures, distractions, media, all that stuff. You may feel like you need a little bit of respite from that this week. So it's going to be important to create some kind of space for yourself where you can be alone and be undisturbed. So this could be like a room in your house. It could even be like making an altar in your living room, having some kind of, sacred space for yourself. It could be like finding a place in nature or a place in your yard where you can be alone, or even like your car. It obviously it doesn't have to be a cave. I think most of us probably don't have like a nearby cave that we can go to. But this is about finding some kind of sanctuary where it's somewhat quiet and peaceful and people aren't going to bother you. And it's also important because there's something that needs to be born here. There's some kind of work you're doing. This might be inner work, and it might also be working on some kind of creative project, whether you're working on an art project or you're writing, or you're doing something. You're going to need that alone time to develop that work. And it's going to be hard for that project or that thing that you're trying to birth. It's going to be hard for it to unfold if you're immersing yourself in the busyness of day-to-day life. So if you're always getting distracted by TV, internet, other people, other obligations and stressors, it's going to take much longer for that thing to be birthed into the world. So you're going to want to create some kind of a sanctuary for yourself and spend a little more time alone this week than you're used to. And then coming over to this card, Wind, Activation. This is a card of action, so this is very different from the other two cards. And this is about movement, flow, and sort of that more masculine energy of taking action, of movement and doing things. I feel like it has a few meanings for us. So number one, when I look at this card, I think of physical movement and exercise and activating that energy within yourself. So it's going to be important for you to also be active this week, get outside, move around. When you move, that unblocks some physical energy. So, sitting around and being sedentary, it creates it creates like physical, I want to say physical blockages, but it creates that feeling of stagnancy and lack of flow. And when you get up and you start moving, it loosens it up on a physical level, which is then reflected on a more, I guess, non-physical level. So you might notice that other things in your life start to move. So, projects get underway, you start getting ideas, things start shifting, things start changing. So in addition to, creating quiet time and alone time, it's also going to be important for you to be active this week. This is also a good week to take action on things, which sounds like it's kind of not in conjunction with the other stuff I said, which was about, spending alone time, doing inner work, but it's also a time to do outer work and to take action on things. So getting things moving, taking initiative, especially like getting organized, like, taking the initiative to get organized. And I think for some of us, this might be the first week of school or of classes after Labor Day weekend. So it's going to be important to, get organized, get your day planner out, start making things happen. And it's also going to be important for you to, carve out time for yourself, block out time for doing the things that you want to do. So getting organized in that respect. And it might also be a time for signing up for things. So signing up for classes, like maybe a fitness class or something like that, or just another kind of general interest class. Even though you're going to feel drawn to be spending more time alone, you're also going to be drawn to sign up for things and start certain things, whether that's classes or projects or whatever. So that's another theme this week. So I just want to, I'm just going to look at these cards together and see if there's anything else that jumps out at me before I end the reading. And please feel free to comment in the comment section if there's anything that jumps out to you in these three cards. When you look at these three cards, what's most obvious to you? What do you notice? One thing I'm noticing is kind of the clouds and the wind that are in all these cards, particularly there's the face that's like blowing wind here, and then there's like, it looks almost like a volcano or something in the background here with this plume of smoke, and then there's kind of some smoky clouds in the cave card as well. And I'm not sure what that means off the top of my head. I'm gonna have to think on that a little bit more, and please feel free if you have an idea of what that means, that smoke and that wind. Please let me know. Please feel free to comment in the comment section below. So this has been your weekly Oracle card reading. My name is Kate. I'm from dailytarotgirl.com, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful week.